Good morning, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. One of the things that I notice in regards to all financial clients, what I mean by that is everybody that I meet with, number one, the world wants to make it overcomplicated. It is not overcomplicated. I literally can take a guy that's making 50 grand a year or a guy that's making $500,000 a year and treat them the exact same way, because a lot of times the guy that's making an overabundance of money, in a perfect world, you would think that they would be more conservative with their money. They would know where money is allocated. But I think it depends on how they were raised and how they look at money. Is money a tool, or is money something that was just kind of thrown on them and then they didn't know what to do, and so they became kind of flippant with it? So this technique works with everything. Future doesn't matter, past doesn't matter. With all of my clients, I have to teach them to look at it like on a 30-day snapshot. So what do we do with all of our clients in regards to financial well-being? What I like to say is I'll keep this one G-rated this morning, but the FU complex is this. You just create a bucket. And I say this, and I'll say this until the day I die, but create a 30-day bucket of this is what it takes to run my life. And you can create as many buckets as you want to, but let's just say, what does it take to run your house? Not your cars, not gas, nothing like that. What does it take to pay your house payment or rent? And then you go down, what does it take to run your house? So electricity bill, water bill, grocery, if you have lawn care, if you have housekeeping, if you have a pool, everything that it takes to run your house. And that is your bucket. In that 30-day window, you know that money needs to be allocated in that bucket. You know that at the front end of every month, forget about the 30-day prior, forget about the 30-day forward. You know that in that account, that money has to be in there. And so you put that money in there. And that's the goal, is that if you're new or you don't have that amount of money, then break it down into 2 times per month. And that's going to be hard for a lot of people, because they're basically using money from the future to fund the bills right now, which is very stressful. You'll never win that way, ever. People can lie to themselves and do whatever they want to do, but that's not going to change. But whenever you create that bucket and you create that freedom and you create that FU mentality, and what do I mean by that FU mentality? The goal is separation. Just call it like it is. I don't want to live like my broke ass neighbor. I don't want to live like my broke ass brother or sister or parents or the guy that looks like he's got everything. I don't want to live like him. I want to separate myself. I want to teach my kids to separate themselves. I want my wife and I to separate ourselves away from everybody else who wakes up and has to do something. They have to do something. There's no choice. That has nothing to do with being a W-2 employee or self-employed or anything. That is just a mentality. I hope that helps you out. Have a great day. Later.